Hey, what's up, Packer fans? Coach Hahn again in the film room with episode 2 of the Packers Pass Pro Look, where we start to take a look at some of the skill involved with the big men up front. Taking a look at the Pass Pro by the Packers. This time we're going to take a look at the 49ers game. A couple of clips here that just really highlight the skill and athleticism of the big men up front. One important thing to note is I chose the 49ers game because it doesn't have David Bakhtiari in it. Right here, left tackle is Billy Turner, and we all know that David Bakhtiari is probably the top tier or in the top tier of left tackles in the NFL. But I wanted to show a couple of clips of just how well Green Bay would do even without Bakhtiari. So just kind of highlighting some of the skill of the quote unquote lesser known personnel groupings on this offensive line. Green Bay is going to be in what we call man slide protection. So a little bit different look than we saw in episode 1, where they were in a full slide and the running back would cross the offensive line and pick up anything on the edge and then do peak protection. Instead, what's going to happen here is this is a man slide, or what we call lock protection, where Billy Turner will get out and lock on this backside D end, and then everybody else up front will do a slide away from him, okay? So the offensive line is going to slide to the right. Billy Turner is going to lock on this backside D end, and then that's obviously going to create what's called a bubble here, okay? Or a natural break, a divorce from the slide and where the man protection is happening. That is the responsibility of the running back. The running back will go and fit into the bubble should a linebacker appear. And then the nice thing about it is if no linebacker appears, he can leak out into the flats or wherever on a route. So it's a really nice six-man protection scheme that can very easily turn into a five-man protection scheme. But scheme aside, we're looking at the skill of these big men up front. And I want you to notice their first steps and just how fast they get off the ball and protect that $100 million asset they have behind them. Green Bay is very smart. Obviously, they know that Aaron Rodgers is the bulk of the team. Without him, if he gets hurt, if he takes big shots, there's obviously problems in Green Bay. So they are very violent when they get off the ball. I love these first steps. Watch how far Billy Turner covers ground as a huge human being here. He covers ground with some drive kick steps. Everybody else slides really, really well and then protects Aaron Rodgers with a beautiful pass off here from right guard and center. So we're going to see this whole slide protection in all its glory. Watch right here, and we'll specifically key on the games that San Fran is playing up front. Okay, we can see they've got a little bit of not quite a stunt, but more of a slant look where they're going to go ahead and take that 3-tech D tackle and try to cross the face of the right guard, okay? So Lindsley, is going to pass that 1-tech or that nose off to Jenkins here, and then he's going to slide over and pick that up. What that does is frees up the right guard right here, Lucas Patrick, to go help on the edge rushing end. And this is going to be a big thing a little bit later on in the next clip I'll show, but watch right here as he tries to cross the face of the tackle that is usually on an island against him. Now all of a sudden we can come in and get what's called slab work, or when that dude throws his hands up, he exposes his entire rib cage, and if you time it just right, a guard can get in there and just absolutely lay into that. One of the ways you can really slow some of these fast rushers down is by big hits. Okay, and this is obviously the throw to Devontae that ended up being the Packers' first touchdown in this game. But what a hit by Patrick there right into the rib cage of the rushing defensive end. This is really well-designed scheme and very well executed with a little bit of aggression. Again, pass pro is not passive. So I want you to watch the right guard again here on this clip. And my apologies, it doesn't really show very well on the end zone clip, but this is outstanding. I love this. Again, when we're watching offensive line clips, remember that we're not really judging the outcome of the play. We're looking at a very small microcosm of the play, and that's the offensive line. So whether or not this pass gets completed is relatively inconsequential because we're really looking to make sure the offensive line is doing its job. So a very similar setup here where we've got some man slide, except now the bubble itself is going to occur right here. We're still watching the right guard. Watch what he does again to this defensive end when he's trying to isolate on that right tackle. You'll see this right here. Watch. Boom. Decleat that dude. You bet, buddy. Go find work. You want a way to slow down an edge rusher? That's exactly how you do it. And that is awesome execution from the big dudes up front. So we'll start to watch it here in slow-mo, and you'll watch Patrick peel off once Lindsley picks up his guy. Right here, Patrick will peel off because Lindsley's going to slide and pick up that D tackle. Now he immediately looks for work. You almost can't teach that. There's a whole lot of reps involved, but there's a little bit of nasty involved in an offensive lineman, and you have to go look. You have to have that innate sense of protection with violence, and that's what Patrick has right here. Unfortunately, the end zone cam is going to pan away just a little bit at the end, so you won't get to see just how massive and devastating this hit is, but right there, you want to slow down an edge rusher? Watch Patrick right here. Bam! D-cleat dudes. D-cleat dudes. This is some of the skill involved. Imagine being that big. Imagine being 6 foot plus, 6'3", 6'4", 6'5", 300 plus pounds, and having the ability to step left, close that door, redirect all in a very small amount of time, and then go lay the hammer. Be the hammer, not the nail. I love this. I can watch this stuff all day long. Again, I'm a little bit of a psychopath when it comes to offensive line stuff. I just watch it all the time. So for those of you who are actually interested in learning it, thank you. Thank you for making sure that I'm not alone in this, but this is brilliant. I absolutely love the execution here by big men. Go be the hammer, and we'll go and create fun, exciting pass protection schemes for Green Bay and keeping that $100 million asset that is Aaron Rodgers upright and healthy. So that is episode 2, where we look at some of the skill of these big guys and just what's involved in that. Episode 3 coming up next will be about the smarts, or the way that Aaron Rodgers and his incredible processing ability can kind of intertwine with the scheme and the skill of this offensive line. Again, Coach Hahn in the film room. Watch for episode number 3, where we take a look at the smarts and the brains involved behind this.